After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gino, the Marcom specialist here at Town Hall. Okay, manager. Sorry. Ryan's giving me the look. The Marcom manager here at Town Hall. And today I'm with...
Ryan Cannon, town manager.
Today we're going to be talking about the September 26th Town Council meeting. Ryan, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. Thank you, Angel. We had a pretty heavy agenda, but it was actually pretty business focused. So it may take me a little bit to get through this, but Town Council accomplished a ton of things last night. So some really exciting things going on here in Avon. We did the typical normal consent agenda. The Town Council approved the check register and minutes for the previous, or for payments and for minutes for the previous meeting. We had public comment, but nobody got up to speak. So our new business for the day was, the first item was authorization for the police department to finance vehicles. The police department has a fleet rotation schedule, and they ordered 5 police vehicles last year that have finally just come in. We typically finance those vehicles over a 3-year period, and so we did go out and get quotes for financing, and we got quotes from 3 banks, and Citizens Bank was the low quote at 4.25%. And so the town council is required to approve that vehicle financing, and did so and approved 5-0. The next item was a couple of annexation petitions that the town had received. The town is doing what we're referring to as the Carnoustie annexation, which is a small neighborhood on in Prestwick, Parks at Prestwick, that had wanted to be annexed. As part of that annexation, we're annexing some other properties, and Washington Township Fire Station and Washington Township Park had a couple of parcels that were included in that annexation. And so as the township signed voluntary annexation petitions for those 4 parcels, so we're very appreciative of the township for agreeing to have those parcels annexed. The other petition we accepted was from Meijer. So for those of you who pay attention to things going on in town, you know that Meijer is proposing a smaller neighborhood grocery store at County Road 200 North and County Road 900 East. And there is a parcel that was going to be surrounded by the Meijer commercial development that was a residential home. And Meijer was able to come to an agreement to purchase that property if they're able to get their rezoning. And so in order for us to rezone that, it had to be annexed because that parcel was not in town. So Meijer submitted a petition to the town to have that parcel annexed. The town council accepted all the petitions, and so we will move forward with annexing all those properties. The next item of new business was our parks director requested authorization to award a quote for a new mower for the parks department. We do have a mower and equipment rotation schedule, but this mower, the parks director, Shelby, was actually interested in acquiring a new mower. For those of you, again, who are following the town, know that we have started a sports department. And so we are going to hopefully do some of our own maintenance and mowing on some of our sports facilities. And so we thought the acquisition of a new mower for our sports would be a good addition to our fleet of equipment. The low quote was from Booth Equipment for $14,950. Yes, a lawnmower costs that much. These are big lawnmowers, not like the lawnmower you use to mow your grass, but they are expensive.
They need the durability too.
Yeah, we need the durability, and they're heavy duty. They're good mowers. They last a long time. So the low quote, as I said, was from Booth Equipment, who's out of Crawfordsville, Indiana. And the town council did approve the low quote for Booth for $14,950. The next item was authorization to dedicate right-of-way. The town owns the southeast corner of County Road 100 North and Dan Jones Road. We purchased that property when we built a roundabout at 100 North in Dan Jones. For the Dan Jones widening phase 3 project, we're going to need a small portion of that property in order to construct the road widening work that we're doing. And so the town council kind of has to do a shift and change it from property that's owned by the town to actual right-of-way. And so we're going to transfer that basically from one hand to the other hand to make it right-of-way so that it's available for use for construction and utilities and whatever the other work needs to be done to complete the widening of Dan Jones. The town council did approve that 5-0 as well. The next item, we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, is the town is planning to do what's called a general obligation bond or a GO bond. You may hear us refer to it as a GO bond, but that's a general obligation bond. And what that means is that we're going to use property taxes to secure and pay for basically a loan in order to be able to do road construction work. So in particular, this general obligation bond we're going to use to complete the funds to complete the Raceway and County Road 100 North roundabout and a roundabout at Angelina Way and County Road 900 East. These are engagement letters, so in order for us to sell bonds, we have to have a bond counsel, which is an attorney who represents the town and writes all the bond documents, and we have to have a financial advisor. And so these are professional services to assist us to do this bond. And so the town council did approve 5-0 to the engagement letter for Ice Miller and Financial Solutions Group as our financial advisor to move forward with that bond. Then that's all the new business we had. We did then have a few resolutions and ordinances. The first one was Resolution 2024-21, which is authorizing condemnation for County Road 900 East and Charles Nelson Drive roundabout. I just talked about the GO bond to pay for this project. The town is currently in the right-of-way acquisition. Unfortunately, we've not been able to come to an agreement with several property owners for right-of-way on this project. And so when we're unable to come to an agreement, which we always try as best we can to be reasonable and come to an agreement with people, sometimes we just have to unfortunately use condemnation or eminent domain to acquire the property, which means we have to go through the courts to basically force the sale of that property in order for the public interest to be able to build that road improvement project. The town council did talk about this quite a bit. They don't take using condemnation lightly. Again, nobody really likes doing this, but in the public interest and in the best interest of the community to get this project done, we can't allow a singular property owner try to hold the town hostage and prevent us from doing road projects. So the town council did approve the resolution 5-0, and so our attorneys will proceed forward with the condemnation on that project. That was the only resolution we had. We did have a bunch of ordinances here too, so I won't go into a lot of detail, but we did have the final reading of Ordinance 2024-39, which is a general obligation bond ordinance. I talked already about the GO bond. And so this is the actual ordinance by the town council authorizing the staff and everybody to proceed forward with the general obligation bond. The town council did approve that 5-0. The next one, we actually had a public hearing and a final reading of Ordinance 2024-40, which is an additional appropriation ordinance. So this is for the general obligation bond. In order for staff to spend the money that comes from the bond, the town council has to authorize the spending of those dollars. So that is an additional appropriation, and that also was approved by the town council 5-0. We did not have anyone from the public stand up and speak during the additional appropriation ordinance public hearing. The next item was also a public hearing, but it was an introduction of an ordinance, not a final reading. And that was for County Road 571 street vacation. So 571 is the location where the new Easton Gray development is going to be constructed or is actually under construction. And in order for that project to happen, a portion of right-of-way needs to be vacated. And so the town council has to go through a process to do that by state law. There will be a new public street that will be dedicated. It'll just be dedicated in a slightly different location than the existing right-of-way. And so this just kind of cleans everything up so that the development works better. So the town council did open the public hearing, and they did have nobody stood up to speak on behalf of the project. So the town council will consider the final reading of that at their October 10th meeting. The next item was an introduction of ordinance 2024-42, amending the 2024 salary ordinance. The town council is required to establish salaries for all employees. So from time to time, we do have to amend that, or if we change positions, or if we need to pay somebody more, sometimes we do have to amend the salary ordinance. And so Angel referenced this a little bit earlier. There were two modifications we made. One was we've promoted Angel to a Marcom manager. And so now that we're expecting her to do a lot more work, we also have to pay her more. So congratulations to Angel. She's been doing a super job for the town, and we're excited that she's willing to stay on and continue working with us and keep doing a super job. That was the main change in the salary ordinance. The second one was we did increase the pay for our part-time groundskeepers as well. The market out there has been tough for hiring groundskeepers, as all of you may imagine. And just like in a lot of retail places, that seems to be where we compete for our groundskeepers, is in restaurants, and pay at some of those kind of places has really gone up. So we've been forced to increase our pay for that position as well. This was an introduction, but the council is allowed to suspend the rules and actually do a final reading, which they did on this ordinance. And so they approved suspension of the rules by a vote of 5-0. And then they added the final reading to the agenda, at which point they approved the final reading by a vote of 5-0. So that way the salary changes can go into effect, effective at the start of our last pay period. So congratulations, Angel.
Thank you,
A
Ryan.
couple more. We're getting close, everybody. Hang in there. The next one we had is actually the big item, is our 2025 budget. So that too also has to hold a public hearing. And we introduced the ordinance for the adopting the 2025 budget appropriation. We did open the public hearing. There were no comments. We actually didn't have anybody get up and speak about our budget. The town council did have some discussion about having some further discussion on the budget. And so we did schedule a work session on October 1st at 4 p.m. And so if anybody is interested I know no one came to the public hearing, so there's not anybody that interested, but if there is anybody who's interested in knowing more about the budget, come on out on October 1st at 4 p.m. here at the town hall. And the town council is going to have some additional discussion about the budget. And our goal is to do the final adoption of the budget on October 10th. So that's where we're at. There's way more information than you'd ever want on our website. So if you're interested in the town's budget, please go there and go to our meeting agenda, and you can find all the meeting you want, or all the information you want on our budget. And we're happy to answer questions if people review that and want to know more. So the last item on the agenda was an introduction of a corrective ordinance for Mission Foods rezoning. For those of you who follow our podcast, you'll recall a few months ago, the town approved a rezoning for Mission Foods on County Road 100 South, on the south side of the road. We found a mistake that was made in the recording of the ordinance, so that it didn't actually match the commitments that were made for the rezoning. That was going to create some legal confusion, and so we have worked with the attorneys for Mission Foods, and we've presented this corrective ordinance basically to make it clear what the intention of the town council was when they did it, and make sure that the commitments and the ordinance actually match, so that there's no confusion in the future when that property develops. So that was just an introduction, and so that will be on the October 10th meeting as well for final approval. That was it. That's the whole shebang.
When's the next meeting, Ryan?
Next meeting technically is October 1st at 4 p.m., that work session, but the next council meeting is October 10th at 7 p.m.
There you go. All right, couple reminders. Trick or treat at Town Hall will be on October 31st from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is a sensory aware event, so there are no loud music. The whole town staff will be in costumes, so you got to vote your favorite booth, and there's only one right answer to this.
Town manager's booth.
Yes.
That's right.
But before that, Harvest Time Hay Rides is on October 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. here at, oh, my bad, October 4th. No, October 5th. See, I'm the one getting confused of my own notes, Ryan.
I don't know, Angel.
It's October 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. It's on a Saturday.
That's right,
At
yeah.
Avon Town Hall Park. Should be fun. I heard there's a pumpkin patch. I heard there's a beer garden.
Hay rides, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yes, there's
And hopefully we have some
food
beautiful,
trucks.
cool weather.
Yeah, hopefully have some like aesthetics of the leaves falling and stuff.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I love the fall.
Ryan, how do you feel about the Fever losing?
I'm super disappointed. I'd like to know who decided to set up the playoffs the way they did. I'm disappointed
Should
they
be 5
lost.
games.
Plus, yeah, why is it not 5 games?
3 games
And
is too short.
why is it not? Why are they not switching? Why do you play 2 games at home? That's not even fair. The Fever didn't even get a home game.
Exactly.
I'm super mad about it. I'm probably not as mad as Caitlin Clark, but I'm mad.
Oh no, she was mad.
Oh, I bet she was mad.
She was not signing any autographs after that game.
Ooh, are you serious?
Yeah, she walked right past the whole like tunnel and everything.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Even though we still want you to move to Avon, Caitlin Clark, even if you're mad.
Please move to Avon. It's only like a 20-minute drive from where you need to go, right?
It's a piece of cake to get downtown.
It's a
for
straight
basketball
shot.
Games. Exactly.
It is a straight shot. But yes, WNBA, if somehow, some way you listen to this, please make the series 5 games.
Right.
And plus your ticket sales would go up.
Exactly. Come on. We work for the government and we know this.
We know budget.
We know
Come
budgets and revenue. We can figure this out. The WNBA can figure it out too.
On. Do you think that the viewership in the WNBA will decrease now?
No, I think it's growing. I think it's exciting people, and I think it'll grow. I hope it doesn't.
Do you think it will decrease due to the fact that the Indiana Fever aren't in the playoffs anymore?
Oh, I'm sure it will. Probably, yeah.
It's a huge controversy on TikTok right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People don't think it's gonna.
People said the viewership's already been there and stuff like that. So, but I think it will decrease.
I don't know.
Hate to say it.
If ticket sales are any
They
indication,
skyrocketed.
they skyrocketed as a result of
It's
everywhere
like
Caitlin Clark
110%
went.
increase or
it's,
something like that.
Yeah, I don't know that I buy that. Maybe the hardcore people will still watch, but I think some of the avid fans will not pay attention now that Caitlin Clark's out. So,
Yes. All right. So, in terms of road work, Ryan, any updates?
hey, we got County Road 625 open.
Yeah.
And we got 100 South open. So road work, we're getting to that time of year where road work's starting to pull back. We're getting stuff done. So
Follow the speed limit, please.
follow the speed limit. If you haven't been on County Road 625 yet, we have installed a speed table there. It's intended to slow people down. So don't get mad when you have to slow down to go over the speed table, because that's the intent, is for people to slow down. People are going way too fast on County Road 625.
Going 5 over the speed limit is still going over the speed limit. It is a speed limit, not a speed suggestion.
Good point, Angel.
Yes.
It's very true.
Controversial thing too, apparently. So
It is controversial. I'm not sure why, but everybody's impatient and everyone's in a hurry all the time.
If you want the most up-to-date information about construction or even parks events, please sign up for alerts at avonindiana.gov/alerts. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/alerts. You can customize it to only get parks events notifications, or you can get it for road work or in general community announcements, such as like whenever a new podcast comes out or a new e-newsletter comes out, which also has updates about road work and stuff. But if you want to just take a quick look at when road work is happening, go to avonindiana.gov/roadworkmap. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/roadworkmap. I think that's it, Ryan. Is that it?
Good plugs, Angel. Nicely done.
You guys will see plenty of plugs because it's good information. And we get it to you as soon as we get the information as well. We can't control. Sometimes our contractors give us a day notice, and we can't control that. So please be patient, and please be understanding, please.
And we do yell at our contractors when they do that.
We do. We do
They
get
are
upset
not
too.
supposed to do that, but it just happens sometimes, unfortunately.
Just to remind everyone, half of us live in the town of Avon, if not more than half, and we do go through the same traffic. Me, personally, I am super affected about, all the construction, Dan Jones and stuff. So, and I give Ryan an earful every once in a while, but
She does. And I live off 625, so I was impacted by all the detouring that had to be done for all those weeks too. So I understand why people were upset, and we do everything we can to limit it, but at the same time, we have to make progress, and we have things that have to get accomplished. So
as our town is growing, our road work needs to grow as well, and it's just showing how fastly growing the town of Avon is. So thank you guys for all being understanding, and thank you guys for listening and tuning in. We hope you guys have a great weekend. Please stay dry.
Yeah, stay dry. Good luck.
Don't get blown away by the wind.
Yeah.
Please don't. Don't forget to smile. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.